This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global.
Bit more of a serious interview today.
So we did an hour and a half yesterday.
And you just imposed yourself on me again.
People were tweeting me going, mate, you did an hour and a half. How come you didn't ask him about Miller? I'm like, okay. So just talk to me about the chain of events that happened last night for you to find out about this first.
Got informed by VADA, as did everybody, at, I don't know, 10 o'clock last night. You know, it's an issue for VADA and the New York State Commission to go for a procedure. Obviously that information got leaked somehow. There was a lot of people on the email, so Dan Raphael broke it, and then I think I woke up. I didn't go to bed till about 1:45, and then I woke up at 3:45 to just a million calls on my phone and Dan's statement, and then I issued a statement myself following Dan's statement, and that's it really. I mean, not too much to tell you other than they'll be opening a B sample of Jarrell Miller's test, and then, you know, we're working away. Obviously, you know, I spoke to AJ, June the 1st, Madison Square Garden, that's the date. And, you know, obviously we got a lot of phone calls last night from a lot of heavyweights who smell a pound note and want to fight for the world heavyweight title. So we've got to go through the ones that are genuine, the ones that we think are credible, and go from there. The
substance, which I think the term used was adverse findings for that first sample, Enduro Bowl, what do you know about that?
I know absolutely nothing. I mean, I've read what you've read probably, that it's a weight cutting,
helps with endurance.
Yeah, endurance enhancer. It's very disappointing. And, you know, look, we'll wait for this B sample, but, you know, Anthony pays a lot of money to make sure that all his fights are tested this way, and this is why he does it. So,
what have you been told from? I'm assuming you've spoken to Miller's team, obviously. What have they said?
Not too much. I mean, look, they're going to handle the situation. It's not really my business, you know. They're going to handle. Obviously, everyone's extremely disappointed. It's a fight that we wanted. It was a good fight. Obviously, they wanted the fight. You know, I saw a tweet from someone. I mean, someone said that Jarrell Miller had won the lottery and all he had to do was cash a ticket in, and he didn't do it. It's just one of those sports where, you know, you get home. We had a good laugh yesterday. Got home, had me dinner. You know, playing around with the kids, having a laugh, and then get down for bed. Bang, hits you with the news, and it's like, you know, it's how you react to that news. And I got to say, and, you know, without kissing his arse, AJ was incredible. I mean, you got to understand, when you get that kind of news as a promoter, with all the work that's
gone. Did you tell him first?
Yeah. He was the first person I called. There was a few people we had to call. Obviously, AJ, Rob, Freddie, the Zone, Sky. And he just went, I just said, mate, I've got some terrible news. And he's like, what? I said, Miller's failed a drugs test. He's like, joking? I said, no, I fucking can't believe it. He didn't even sound that surprised, to be honest with you. He went, okay. He said, well, who's next? I said, well, who do you want? He went, absolutely anyone. No problem. Anyone. I said, all right, let's go. So, and he, you know, I texted him this morning saying, stay focused. And he's like, mate, I've just done 6 miles on the road. Don't worry about me. He's just an absolute pro.
So he wasn't pissed off at all?
I don't think he's over the moon with Jarrell Miller, especially everything that's been said in the build-up and stuff like that. But, you know, if the B sample does come back positive, then at least, yeah, this is the reason that these tests are insisted upon by him and the team. So it's a kick in the nuts. It ain't great, and now it's going to be the big debate, the big, what's that, $1 million question, multi-million-dollar question. Who's he going to fight?
Are you ruling out any possibility of Jarrell Miller fighting Joshua on the 1st of June?
I mean, again, that's something that's, it don't look good, is what I'm saying.
That B sample would have to come back negative.
I mean, there's a lot of issues to overcome now, contractually as well. But I think that right now, the mindset is who's the replacement? And then we'll see what happens.
With the commission, how do they kind of deter? Do they deter if the first sample is positive but the second sample wasn't?
To be honest with you, I don't really know. I mean, VADA report findings. They don't make sanctioning decisions. So VADA don't say, okay, you failed a test, you're banned for two years. The commission will. And obviously if he's failed a test, that's it, mate. I mean, it's very similar to the Billy Joe Saunders incident as well. You fail a test, that's it. It's not, whether you were cheating, whether you were terribly unlucky, it's fucking irrelevant. It's...
Have you been told a reason, though? I know it's irrelevant.
Reason for what?
A reason why this has happened from Miller's team. Have you been kind of told that?
A reason why they took those supplements? Or what they...
Well, I don't know if that's what...
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't. It's not... it's irrelevant to me. What can I do about it? Absolutely nothing. I can't go to the commission, and we've all got a responsibility here. And I've mentioned this about, situations in America with commissions and governing bodies and testing. It's not up to me. I can't go to VADA or the commission and say, sling him out, give him a 5-year ban. Or I can't go and say, it's all right, let him fight, which would be completely the wrong thing to do anyway. So there's nothing I can do other than go through all the calls we've had in the last 12 hours and decide on who's right, who's wrong, who really wants it, who's just fishing, who's messing around, and go through it and go ahead with the garden on June 1. Building a massive card. Katie Taylor just announced 2 days ago. Undisputed, got another world title fight announced this week. So it's not ideal. It's boxing, it's life. We go on and...
Can you tell me 100% that Joshua will fight on the 1st of June?
Yeah, that is completely the stretch. Like, there's not even been anything else.
There's no discussion about moving that date or doing anything?
No, we haven't talked about a new date. I mean, look, we've sold 17,000 tickets. You've got over 10,000 Brits flying out. So
big problem.
We're delivering, and we will deliver. And now, like I said, we've got to go through that process.
Before I come on to potential opponents, what is kind of the policy regarding ticket refunds if people weren't happy with it's not Miller Joshua?
The individual seller. There'll be a policy across all. So there's a few different ticket outlets, obviously Madison Square Garden, StubHub, etc., and they'll decide what to do. I don't want to comment on it because I think we'll have a universal policy. If you were flying in to watch Jarrell Miller, then I think you're probably entitled to your money back. If you wanted to watch Anthony Joshua and he will be in a good fight and there will be big card, same show, then the feedback I'm getting is please don't cancel the show. I'm flying out to New York for that weekend, please. So, I think the next few days are going to be pivotal.
All right. So just to finish off on this ticket thing, if somebody from the UK, hypothetically, were coming out to watch Jarrell Miller, so they've paid for flights, paid for hotels. What is kind of the thing around that he's not fighting now? Whose kind of blame is that, or do they just suffer? Are they out of pocket because?
No, unfortunately, if he's failed a drugs test, Jarrell Miller has failed a drugs test. It's,
No, but is anyone accountable for people's kind of travel and flights?
No.
Oh, I'm asking. I'm just saying. If you're coming out to watch Miller,
it's like if you were watching. Sorry, Adele, and she had her show at Wembley and fell ill. Then what are you going to do? Sue Jarrell Miller? Like you got your flight. Are you going to tweak Jarrell Miller, mate? I booked this flight and you failed this. I want me 500 quid back. I mean, obviously.
There are people that will do this though. But anyway,
but look, our aim is to find a suitable replacement opponent to run an amazing card, amazing night, and business as normal. It's not ideal, mate. It's a complete ball ache. Complete ball ache. You think I want to be dealing with this? But it's boxing, unfortunately, and you just become numb to it because you spend many days of your year getting kicked in the nuts. And after a while, once you get kicked in the nuts 100 times, don't hurt as much because you're numb in the nuts. And right now, I'm numb nuts.
After the situation regarding Joshua and Pulev, you know, and obviously that was a learning curve for you, but you had that backup in Carlos Takam. Was there no contingency plan going into this fight with Miller?
I mean, there's a few conversations with, I know people that have said, just to let you know, I'm training for this fight, and if anything happens with Jarrell, and there's actually one person who quite eerily said, just to let you know, I'm ready to fight Joshua on June 1. And I said, he's fighting Miller. And he went, I know, but just in case anything happens, I'll be ready. And I was like, this was a month ago. And I was like, and they messaged me again last night and said, I'm ready.
How are you going to not tell us who this is?
I'll tell you in time. But listen, we had loads, as you can imagine, last night, a whole host of, I mean, ones that if I made, you would lynch me. And obviously a lot of credible guys, people see a massive opportunity, and so they should. It's not like we're 2 weeks away. We're just under 7 weeks. So really, if you're a heavyweight, you've got enough time to prep and try and win the world heavyweight title.
So I'm going to ask you this way now, because I know you're not going to tell me about who you're talking to at the moment. So the likely chances of, likely chances of, probably the top name everyone wants.
There's no point in asking me that. I don't know. All I'm telling you is that obviously we know Fury and Wilder are fighting. Anthony will fight anybody you are about to say. He won't turn...
But I'm asking you what the likely chances of that fight are. I mean, Luis Ortiz.
Love that fight. Love that fight.
Is that top of the list?
That is an ideal scenario. That is a big fight. I know his team spoke to you know, my feeling from them was he won't be ready. I disagree with them, but that's a. I mean, there's the argument is that's a better fight or a tougher fight than Jarrell Miller. Some might say. All of them.
Manuel Charr, because he put out.
I saw Manuel Charr says we're in negotiations. We're not. He sent me a text saying I will accept the fight. He's WBA regular champion. He's on a list of 8 who I would say are at least sort of registering in the mind to at least look at and consider. And who is on that list? Probably all the people.
Adam Kalinacki?
Yep.
Dillian White put himself forward.
Well, I know, but Dillian White's
unrealistic.
I mean, I saw on Talk Twitter, I'll fight. If Dillian White wants to fight Josh in June, a bit weird in MSG, 100%. But he ain't going to be ready for June 1. If he is, and there's a serious conversation, we'll talk on that. But he's training for July. So, again, no problem.
But part of his problem before that, he wasn't going to have the full camp for April 13th, wasn't it, as well?
And now he won't have the full camp for June 1. So, listen, anybody, any heavyweight in the world can step in on June 1. Anyone. Not one person will be turned down.
Joe Joyce? Sam
Joe
Jones
Joyce, yeah. I mean, I don't look at Joe Joyce as like a heavyweight world championship contender yet. I think he's a really good fighter, but again, like he's someone that we could talk to AJ. He's not registering in my mind as like an Ortiz, a Kanaki, even a Charr, or even a, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people talk about Michael Hunter.
Yeah, Michael Hunter.
We've signed as well. Yeah, I mean, Michael Hunter's, it's actually a tricky fight for AJ. Smaller, American, good fighter. Some coming off 2 good wins, 1 loss in his career to Usyk. Charr hasn't boxed, probably hasn't got as much credibility as that. Pulev we like as well, if he wants it. No, he's got a few issues. Konaki, I mean, like there's probably 8 acceptable guys. It's which ones. Parker come on, said he'll go again. I don't think that's an option, but again, like
Audley,
we'd be up for that. No, listen, it's
Dave Allen put himself.
Dave Allen says he's going to win on Saturday. David Hay phoned me up.
Yeah.
He said, just to let you know, if Chisora knocks out Gashi on Saturday, we're calling out AJ at the O2. I said, okay, fucking do what you want. I'm saying to everyone, because now we're going to have a bit of fun with this. Because last night I weren't in the best shape. Now I've decided, fuck it, we're going to have some fun with this. Who do you want? Call them out. Tweet them. Tell them to come forward. Tell them this is your chance to fight MSG for the World Heavyweight title for a load of money. Come.
Are they getting the same money Miller would be getting?
A lot of them. Obviously, you know, TV money differs depending on the attraction of an opponent. But that pot of money's there for a big name fighter. So will you let me go and do some work now?
No, this is madness.
It is madness, but it's boxing, and I don't know what else to tell you other than I couldn't sleep all night. I'm going to be working every second of every day to get this sorted.
When do you ideally want kind of an opponent confirmed for? Just for your
I
own
think
peace of mind and everyone else's.
last night and early as this morning was dealing with the situation and the news, and like I said, last night I had 16 fighters come on for this fight. Like I said, 10 of them just ain't going to make the grade, or maybe 8 of them ain't going to, or even be considered. Now, today, I'm going through them, going through the ones that could possibly be considered, find out who's real, find out who's not. Any fighter really that says, you know, 7 weeks ain't enough to fight for the World Heavyweight title when we're not making weight, I mean, it's a cop-out, but...
Is it important that ideally that they're from New York or the East Coast?
Really.
Or really?
From New York, that limits it.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the whole thing.
It's not. I mean, yeah, in an ideal world, we'll be fighting an American. There ain't many. There's one. I mean, you got Trevor Bryan, WBA interim champion #1. It's not, you know. He's from New York. Kanaki's from New York.
So right now, you couldn't tell me who was a front runner for this at all.
Not really, no.
No.
Only that.
But if you could pick one, would you pick Luis Ortiz?
Yes.
And what about Joshua? Would he?
Yes, that was the first name he gave me last night. So
you got some shit to do.
Got a lot of shit to do. Can I go now?
Yeah, we'll see you at the press conference tomorrow, Eddie Hearn.
Well, you can ask me all again. Look forward to that.
Well, you'll have more updates.
Oh, hopefully. Cheers. Stay with it. Don't let the bastards get you down.